Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Second part of holiday haul. 2 weeks holiday, and so been out and about visiting various towns and cities, and looking through charity shops and seeing what we can buy and find, and picked up some DVDs this second week, picked up some comic book stuff, and picked up some toy stuff. So we'll go through and show you what we got, and go from there. So I'll just set everything up and go through the films I found first of all. Back in a tick. Okay, we started this second week off with finding this one. It's something I hadn't seen before or heard of. Documentary on Forrest J. Ackerman, the man who taught generations to love horror and sci-fi. Don't know the label. I think it's one of these sort of like independent labels. Kaleidoscope Entertainment. Don't think it's particularly long, 48 minutes or thereabouts, 48 to 58 minutes long. Documentary about Forrest J. Ackerman. That was 30p in a charity shop, so for something like that, not going to go wrong. I've put it in a nice new shiny case, and thought I'd give that a watch one evening to see how that goes. Found through the week an Anchor Bay release, 2-disc edition of Near Dark with lots of special features, and I believe this came with a booklet. Yeah, it comes with a booklet as well. So quite pleased to pick up that. I think it was about £1.50, I believe, in one of the charity shops when we were visiting Maidstone. So thought I'd pick that up. It's been a long time since I've seen Near Dark, so I thought, well, as it's the Anchor Bay release, I can have an evening of watching the film and then having a look at the special features and go from there. Throughout the trips out and about, found a couple of networks. First network that I found was Master of None. A relatively new program. Looking at it, not something I know. I have seen it out and about numerous times on other releases. I think I've seen it advertised on Facebook and things like that. So I have absolutely no idea, but it was in a group of 5 for £1 type of deals. So I thought I'd give that a go. Found a network, still sealed, in Canterbury. Was out and about in Canterbury a couple of times, and found Paul Robeson box set. So we've got I think about 4 discs there. 4 discs, and one of those is a CD disc as well. So we've got Paul Robeson films. Be interesting to have a look at that. It was just sitting there. There was nothing else in the store, but I wasn't too fussed with paying £4 for something like that. I think on Amazon it's still going for about £20 odd brand new, so to pick that up in a charity shop for £4 still sealed was a pretty good bargain, and it means that I haven't got to worry about replacing cases or anything as well. Okay, so I'll just pop those to one side. Okay, one of those trips to out and about in Maidstone, whilst we were in Maidstone, found a box set. This cost me £10, which is a little bit more than I would normally pay in a charity shop for DVDs, but it is the complete Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's not an animated series I'm familiar with, but when I do see animated films, particularly ones I don't know too much about, I think there was a live action movie a few years back that M. Night Shyamalan did on the animated series, but this is the complete series, 1, 2 and 3, in a nice box set. All the discs are absolutely fine. All the cases were absolutely fine. I had a good check for them because it was something more than I would normally spend in a charity shop. I made sure that everything was okay, and once I saw how literally it's almost brand new, that I thought, yep, I'll pick that up. I had a quick look. I googled the series to see what it was sort of currently going for on the second-hand market and new market. So I thought, yeah, that would be really good to pick up. And say it's an animated series that I'm not too familiar with. I think it's from about 2005 or thereabouts. So it is 20 years old, animated series, but it is one that I'm not familiar with. If you have any information on Avatar, The Last Airbender, pop it in the comments below and let me know. I'll be interested to hear your thoughts and views on how good the series is. Okay, we'll just pop that to one side. Okay, lastly, we have a couple of black and white movies. First up, we have Cocaine Fiends. I've got to have dope. I'll sell my soul for just one shot. I don't want food, I want a shot. I've got to have a shot. That looks very much like a sort of exploitation film, very much along the lines and probably made about the same era as the classic movie Reefer Madness. So for £1.25 I thought, yeah, I'll pick that up, and it'll be a fun watch, and then there may be somebody in mind who I can pass that on. So thought we'd give that a go, have that a look. And then I found Best of British, a comedy drama, Home and Away, starring Jack Warner. Anybody who has seen previous videos knows that I've got a collection of Best of British, and I'll put a picture up of the video here in shot, so you can see that there's a video that shows all the other Best of Britishes that are Best of British films that I've got. And that was £2. I think I picked that up whilst we were out in Canterbury earlier on in the week. So that's the movies. That's all the movies that managed to pick up this week. It was a little bit of a slower week, harder week finding DVD bargains, but as you saw, managed to find a few. Okay, we'll get on and find some of the other bits and pieces that we picked up. Something else that I picked up, literally because of how good a price they were, was a couple of Funko Pops. I'm not really a big Funko Pops fan, but if there's something that looks interesting and it's cheap enough, looks a little bit special, then I'd sort of pick it up, just for a bit of fun. And whilst we were out and about in Maidstone, looking through the charity shops, found, I think it was British Heart Foundation, had a range of Funko Pops. They had a little group of them. Most of them were pretty generic, sort of everyday ones, but they had two sort of special ones. And first up, we have Ra's al Ghul Funko Pop. It says on it, it was a 2020 Summer Convention limited edition. It was £5. The box is in pretty good condition. And the Funko itself is absolutely great inside. So I picked that up for £5. So thought that was just something to put on display. And also next to that one, they had Batman 80 years anniversary, Batman 1989 Funko Pop figure. So again, that was a £5. So I picked that up. Box has got a little bit of damage on it as we go round. I'll point that out. I think it's in the top corner there. There we go. Just a little bit of taking a bit of a bash there. But again, £5. I thought, well, £10 for a couple of display items. I think there's a few others in this range for Batman 80 Years, but I do like the 89 movie, so I thought I'd pick that up and have that as a sort of little companion piece with the Ra's al Ghul one that I fancied. So there we go. So pick those up also this week. Little something different. Okay. Grab some more bits and pieces and show you what else we got for the week. Okay, back in a minute. We were out and about in one of our favourite towns, Herne Bay, earlier in the week, and in one of the charity shops there I found Star Wars: The Essential Guide to Weapons and Technology. There's a series of these books that came out from Titan or Box Tree, that cover sort of things Star Wars related in paperback edition. This was actually I've got all the others. This was actually one of them that I didn't actually have. It was cheap. It was about £2 or something like that. So I thought, okay, I'll finish the set off that's sitting in the library upstairs, and then at least it's a complete set. And then if I ever decide at some later stage that I'm bored with them, I can always just let them go as a set, and at least it's complete then. So picked that up. We also popped to Folkestone. And went to the new Emporium they have there. They have what's called the Petticoat Lane Emporium, which is a series of market stalls that people sell their wares, their goods. They have one in Ramsgate, which we go to quite regularly, and they've opened a new one in Folkestone. So there was a stall there that had a couple of annuals, so these weren't badly priced and they were in excellent condition. I think these are about £5 each, so I took the plunge and thought I'd treat myself. Star-Lord annual from 1980. That's got a really good looking Strontium dog, however it's pronounced, story in there, and plenty of other strips that interested me, so I thought I'd pick that up and give that a go. So picked that up, and then I noticed there was a couple of Hotspur annuals which I wanted to pick up. Got 79 and I picked up 1978, just because again they were in excellent condition and they were only £5. I've seen them in worse condition. I've seen them in worse condition for more money in other places, in other charity shops. I won't mention any names, but I've seen these in worse condition for more money, and so these were in such good condition that I thought I'd pick those up. I was quite intrigued by the character of King Cobra. So I was quite intrigued about that. This annual I never had as a kid. I've still got Hotspur annual 1977 still upstairs. It's out of all the annuals that I had as a kid that I sold. A couple of annuals I kept purely because of sentimental value. So I've still got my 1977, which is a bit battered, but I still got it. The same seller had 1977 in an excellent condition as well, and I did about upgrading my Hotspur 77 annual, but I think my one's got all the memories associated with it, so I left that for the moment. But I never had 1978 and I never had 1979, so I thought, well, I'll pick up both of those and treat myself. I hadn't found much at that point during the second part of that holiday hauling, so I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. And I do believe somewhere in here we should have another King Cobra story. So there's actually a King Cobra. There we go. I think that'll be him there. Yeah, there we go. So we've got another King Cobra story in this one. So it was worth me picking up both 78 and 79 for those. Okay, quick break, and then I'll come back with the comic book stuff that I found this week. Okay, we picked up a fair few bits of comic book related stuff. First up, we went to another favourite town of ours, Birchington-on-Sea. A couple of reasons. It's a town that has a comic book shop. It has a model shop, although I didn't find anything in the model shop this time round, but we did find some bits in the comic shop. And it also has a Wimpy, which has opened recently, and for a nostalgia trip we went and had a Wimpy in Birchington-on-Sea as well. But anyway, get on with the haul. In X Dimension Comics in Birchington-on-Sea, my wife found an X-Men book, X-Men Onslaught Aftermath, that she was interested in. Real big tome. Reprints a lot of comic book stuff, X-Men related, from the Onslaught Aftermath. It's not by this time myself I'd finished collecting X-Men comics long time before this big storyline, Onslaught storyline, started. That was only £20 in the comic shop, so that was really good. So I picked that up for her as part of it's either part of our anniversary, our wedding anniversary that's coming up soon, or it was towards Christmas. I can't remember. I picked her up a few bits this holiday, which will be either anniversary or Christmas, early Christmas presents. So yeah, we picked that up. She also found something she was interested in, Nick Fury Jr., which reprints something called Battle Scars, and Marvel Now .1 and Secret Avengers Volume 2 1-5. I can't remember how much it was. I think that was only like £5. Originally when it came out it was nearly £10. Yep, nearly £10 when it originally came out, but being second hand it was only a £5. So she was interested in that, so I said okay, we'll pick that up just as part of our hauling, and thought we'd give that a go. Well, she'll give that a read. Yeah, so yeah, she was quite pleased for that. And for me, I picked up from the DC graphic novel collection, Solo. The reason I picked this up is because it has got works by okay, we got Tim Sale, who is somebody I like, Howard Chaykin, who I like, and Darwyn Cooke. So this cost me, I think it was £6. Now, to get one of the comic books that is in here, which is the very first story, which is a Catwoman one, that one by Tim Sale. If I was to buy that singular comic issue, I think the average is about £6. So I got that one, which I really wanted to read anyway. But then I've got various other stories by Tim Sale. There is, I think, a Superman one. There's the Batman one. There is one there called Christina, which I don't know what that's from, but I know that there is a Superman one there as well, which looks like it kind of sort of ties in with Superman for All Seasons, so that Tim Sale did, so I'm quite happy with that. And then further along, if I can find it, we have okay, let's just go through from the back to the front. We have a number of stories, different. They're all that's looks like that's going to be Darwyn Cooke, I believe, possibly. Yep, Darwin Cook. So, got a series of his stories that he's done. Been a fan of his, so I was quite happy. There we go. Yep, Darwin Cook solo. So, when you consider probably getting his comic one, that would probably be about another £6 or £8. And then got some Howard Chaykin in here as well. So, various Howard Chaykin bits and pieces. So, I'm quite happy to pick that up with his. So I thought that's an excellent. It's got 3 or 4 artists, writers that I'm interested in, and for £6, it's quite a nice thick book. I was quite happy to get it like that as something that I want to read, because sometimes it's just a lot easier just to get whatever you can to read it in, when you're a fan of someone's, rather than trying to get singular comics, which might cost you a lot more money. Okay, got some other comic book stuff to show you, but they're quite big, hefty books, so bear with me, and I've just got to get those out, and then that's probably going to be it. So let me just grab those other comic books, and we'll go from there. Okay, what I found whilst out and about in Canterbury, historic town of Canterbury, in the Oxfam bookshop, eventually I picked up Iron Man Omnibus 1 and Iron Man Omnibus Volume 2. They're really heavyweight, thick omnibus editions, as you can see, reprinting lots of classic Iron Man stories. There is a little bit of a story about me picking these up. Let's just take the dust jacket off for a moment. They are second-hand, so the dust jackets are a little bit worn, but the books are in super condition. Okay, so there we go. And we have lots of classic Iron Man adventures there. Absolutely wonderful. Yes, the story about getting hold of these, we actually went in there on one day and I didn't actually spot these. I spotted these when I had to go back. Just a quick run through. We have here collecting Tales of Suspense 39 to 83 and Tales to Astonish number 82. So that is in volume number 1. Just pop that to one side because they are so heavy. And then we got volume number 2. We'll do what that reprints first. We got Tales of Suspense 84 to 99, Iron Man and Submariner number 1, and Iron Man 1 to 23. So again, the dust jacket is a little bit worn, which you would expect for a second-hand edition, but the box itself is in excellent condition. It just needs a little bit of, maybe just a little bit of wiping over, because it may be a little bit dusty while it's sitting on the shelves. And again, we've got massive amount of stories in there to read. As I was saying, with regards to how I picked these up, we went in there one day and they had a fantastic collection of Will Eisner's The Spirit DC Archive editions. And I denied about picking those up, and eventually I did. I picked those up and got home with them and put them to one side because I was feeling very, very tired. It was a 10-volume set. They had 2 to 4 and 6 to 12. They were missing number 1 and number 5. And I got home with them. I was very, very tired, and it wasn't until late in the evening that I started to have a look at them just before I went to bed and discovered that they were water damaged. Some of them only slightly marginally, others very badly. So, cut a long story short, I had to phone up the next day and find out what I could do about that. But because I hadn't seen these, we were at the till when he was trying to sort out doing the refund, which he was gladly doing for me, and I spotted these up on the shelf along with a couple of other omnibus editions, and I said, oh, can I have a look at those? So as I cut a long story short, I ended up getting, instead of getting the refund, I said to him, well, I'm quite interested in those 2 books. How about if I take those 2 instead, so you haven't got to try and do the refund? He said, yeah, that was fine. So I got those instead of the Will Eisner ones, which ended up, as I say, being water damaged, which was a shame. To get a series of them, so many in one group, was a bit of a letdown, but as I say, some of them were badly water damaged, which was a real shame. But I'm quite happy to have got those. And then it's also not quite in its place, but I did end up spending more money on was Watchmen, the Absolute Edition. In its slipcase, this was sitting on a different shelf. It was still sealed. It hadn't been opened. I've since unsealed it because I wanted to have a look at it, and it is a lovely book to see. The slipcase was damaged there, as slipcases can be, and it was damaged on the back here, but the book itself, because of being in the slipcase, if I can get this just to slide out, oh, there we go, we shall pop that up there. The book itself is absolutely fine. Absolutely brand mint condition, as you would expect it to be, straight out the box. And I'm hoping this is the first print. I think this is the first print of the Absolute Edition. So I'm very pleased to pick this up. Not only did I manage to swap over the Will Eisner books, which were damaged due to being near some form of water, I was able to get the 2 Iron Man editions out of that, and I paid some extra money. They got some extra money out of me because I bought this, which I was very happy to pick up. It was quite a weight to carry back to the car, but as collectors, we like to do these things. If we see these bargains, it's good to pick them up. So, so that is the end of the haul. We'll end there on Watchmen Absolute Edition. And thank you for watching. And please like, subscribe. Back to work on Monday. Back to normality next week, so hopefully should get back on track with doing normal videoing, such as pulling stuff from the collection and doing a video from the collection sort of for midweek, and say hopefully back to normal. Please, as I say, like, subscribe to the channel. If you liked any of the bits that you've seen in this collection and think want to give me your comments on them, please do in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to read your thoughts on what you think of any of these bargains that I managed to pick up, any of these goodies that I managed to get. Okay, thank you very much. Take care. Bye for now.